Hey, what's up, guys? So recently I just finished watching an anime called Butu Batobi CPU. This was an anime that I discovered watching Misty Chronexia's Evolution of Ecchi. This particular anime was originally described when I searched for it. I couldn't find it in any anime website or anything. It wasn't registered. That's because it's technically, when I looked at it for Wikipedia and everything, looked the information on Google, it's classified as a hentai, which I can't possibly understand because Yana no Sora, if I'm pronouncing that right, no, I don't think that's the right. That's the right one. Give me 1 second, because I don't think I'm saying that right. I don't think I'm saying that right. Let's see here, if we can look that up in another way. I wasn't saying that. Yusuga no Sora in solitude, where we are at our least alone. So yeah, that anime was basically softcore porn, and that was I found that on an anime site, no problem. Hell, to be technical, friggin' Talovru, who has more ecchi than this thing had. There was nothing even half as worse as normal stuff that is shown. Like, I've seen far worse things come out of other shows, like far worse material come out of other shows. For example, again, Yusaga no Sora. They practically had a sex scene every other clip. Like, it was bad. Like, one scene, you're literally seeing the brother screw the sister. But not in detail, of course, as a hentai would do. But saw it, like, basically watching a softcore porn. Like, that was worse. Granted, it had a good story, but it was worse than Butobi CPU. Ooh, I guess in 97, that kind of thing was taboo, and like, we can't show that stuff, you know? You know. Sorry, I was looking for stuff. Like, in the site, when I looked it up, even in the site I looked it up in, on Google, which I don't even remember the name of it, I'd have to search for it, and I'll probably put it in the description if anybody wants to look for it, because it was hard to find all 3 of them. There are 3 episodes of it, and altogether it's like an hour and 23 minutes. But it wasn't even a hentai. And I've seen my fair share of hentais, and this was not even close. This was like basically mild ecchi today. But again, this is from 97. So, and in 97 I was what? I was like 11. And I didn't know this shit existed. Probably for that reason. Because it was kept under wraps. You know, because it wasn't meant for children. That much exposure. We can't expose little Johnny to that. No, 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 no. So, yeah, the music, the intro's playing in the background, which I found on the site that I found this on. I just keep looping it. So, all in all, I mean, the link to this will hopefully be in the description below. And if you guys, like, I know there are some ecchi fans out there. Not everybody is a fan of ecchi. Also, the video, if you guys want to see Misty's video of evolution of ecchi, I'll also leave that in the description. He has some great content. And I've asked him for advice on animes and games, and he's given me good advice. So, I'm just going on that information that I obtained. I mean, basically, the story is about, I guess, from what I remember when I was a kid, the story is about a guy, Akira, who wants to buy a brand new top-of-the-line computer for a computer club he belongs to, so he can explore the world and wide internet of information, because throughout 97 the internet was still a big thing. You know, it was still kind of brand new. And this whole anime's prowess is, instead of getting the computer he wanted, he ended up getting like a biocomputer. See, this is, even in 97, they were thinking of animatronic computers that could function alongside people. They were thinking of that then, but the technology is closer now than it was like 20, 30 years ago. I don't even know the right math. Let me see if I can look that up real quick. Okay, 18 years ago. Damn, do I feel old. So, even 18 years ago, they were still thinking of this. If you wanted to compare this like a doppelganger to this anime, that would be Chobits. Chobits was written better. I liked Chobits better than this. This was not bad. This was not bad at all. However, Chobits was better. Much better. I mean, because it had a deeper romantic element to it, and I love comedy and romance, and it had a stronger dose of comedy. Well, not comedy. Comedy, this actually was funnier. Certain parts of this were a lot funnier than Chobits, to me, anyway. But the romance aspect was a lot stronger in Chobits. Although he'd have Akira would have to have sex with Mimi in order to give her a memory increase. So, I guess this one's a little bit more intense, but it's still on the same scale. And so, anyway, as I was getting into this, and besides that, into the story, when he activates her, it goes in, he has to, he's still trying to figure out, he lies to his friends about what she is. He tells her she's a cousin of his from overseas. And he's still himself learning how to use her capabilities because he doesn't fully understand. Again, I apologize. I just keep looping the music. So, with figuring out her programming and how she functions, it kind of imitates what he thinks is like a marriage proposal, which it kind of does. And they end up running to while trying to create an identity for her in a government website that she was trying to hack. She gets interrupted by the government's security system. Security system. A nice black-haired little beauty. And it tries to, at first, erase Mimi. But he steps in and saves her, and also two more biocomputers step in, and they're from America. And what are they? Macintoshes. Apple computers. Coincidentally. So this whole story is basically about a war between whatever the Japanese company in '97 was and Apple. And Japan made it into an anime to give a deeper message about the competitive computer market. It's kind of a funny play on that time period of what was going on, and they made it into this kind of comedy setting, which was actually quite an interesting concept. Again, this is something you have to judge for yourself. You'd have to watch it. It has its funny moments. I wouldn't suggest younger viewers go out and watch it, but I mean, like I said, if you've watched things like To Love Ru and again, Yusuga no Sora, this is nothing. This is nothing compared to those. This wouldn't bother you at all. This would be nothing. This isn't, again, it's technically categorized as hentai, but it's not hentai, because it's not as explicit as hentai is. And I will admit it, just like Joey, the anime man, I have seen my share of hentai. And this is nothing like that. This is not as graphic in no way, shape, or form. So, if you guys are interested in watching it, give it a whirl. I would personally recommend it. Because if you're into an ecchi element and there are a lot of people who are into this sort of thing. Give it a watch. It was entertaining. It was fun. Awkward. But like I said, it did shine a insight into what things that were like. Now that I'm older, I understand what it was, what the story was talking about. I wouldn't have understood it when I was 11 if I saw this. What is this about? Well, they're boobs, cool. But now that I'm older and realize what was, and kind of remember what was going on at that time, it's just, like I said, it's describing the conflict between the computer markets of that era, which were whatever the Japanese market was for computers then, and Macintosh. Apple. So, give it a whirl. Thanks for listening, and as always, I appreciate likes, any input, if you have any. But again, this was just kind of a spur of the moment kind of thing for me, so do with it as you may. Hey, I'll be signing off, and you guys have a good day. This is me saying have a good night, Merry Christmas, and Jolly Rogers would like to bid you farewell. See you guys. Merry Christmas.